Hello gunners, welcome to another video, and in today's video we're going to be going through Jed Spence having some comments towards Martinelli, laughing at him. We're also going to be going through Lewis-Skelly's performances as per usual, a fantastic international window for him. Bukayo Saka is allegedly back in training, so a massive boost for us, and also a lineup I would like to see Arsenal play going forward this season. But before I begin, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe, hit the like as well. It is always greatly appreciated. But let's start with Jed Spence. He was on a podcast with Rio Ferdinand and Joel Bayer, and let's just have a listen to what he said when asked about Martinelli and him 1v1 against him.
Literally a 1v1 battle, then nah, I don't think there's many out there.
What about my boy, Martinelli? Like, we all know, you know what I mean? He's known for, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen.
Awesome.
And you know what? I respect it because Spence has had two very good games up against Martinelli, and he's pretty much locked him down in terms of threat. So I'm not going to attack Spence for this comment, but it just made me think, like, wow, the fall of Martinelli, guys, it's absolutely insane. This is a guy who, in a Premier League season, had 21 goal contributions in 36 games. That is no silly feat. He was on for records such as the best goal scorer as a Brazilian in Premier League history. That's the Martinelli that we had. And now people are able to come onto calls and giggle at him. I guarantee if Martinelli was having this sort of a season, nobody or Spence wouldn't even have the audacity to giggle at him, because A, his team are plucked into 15th, and B, Martinelli is on form and a player you won't want to face, because when Martinelli is absolutely flying, you do not want to face him. He's absolutely relentless. He's top quality, but it just hasn't happened for him. And it is a massive shame. And I always think about Martinelli, and I want you guys to let me know down below. What is your thoughts? What went wrong for Martinelli? Why is he not able to perform to the level he has? Is it the system? Is it him personally? For me, I think a massive factor, which we all seem to forget, is the injury that Caicedo gave to him. I think ever since that injury, he's not been the same. The blistering sort of nature of him, the sort of clinicalness in front of goal, mentally, I think this injury really derailed him as well. It was massive. And obviously, if you guys remember, Caicedo even had to come onto social media and apologize because he knew how bad of a challenge it was and the impact it had on Martinelli. And it really does disappoint me to just see how Martinelli has become, because there's still a big player in there. And we talk about Nico Williams, we talk about signing all these wingers, but the best signing for us would be Martinelli returning to the form of that 2022-23 season. If he's back into that form, we've got ourselves one hell of a player, and a player who will be the starting winger for us, and that's just the reality of it. But let us get on to some slightly good news in terms of Bukayo Saka has begun some ball work in the last couple of days and is at the Sober Reality Training Centre as he steps up his recovery. I also heard a couple of reports that he played in a behind closed doors friendly for Arsenal, and that he's been in full training, and essentially Arsenal don't want to show any of the footage because obviously they want to keep it a secret. They don't want everyone knowing that their best player is back, and if you can keep as tight-lipped as possible in these sort of things, then so be it. And I think it's absolutely massive that Saka is back, not just for Real Madrid but for the running as well. I know a lot of you will be like, the title's over, blah blah, but look, anything can happen, and having Saka back will have a massive mentality switch from the team. Everybody will be confident again, and that's what you want to be seeing, because honestly, Saka is so key to the way we play. And just look at the season he was having before the injury. It's absolutely insane. He had 22 goals and assists combined in 24 games. 15 goals and assists combined in 16 Premier League games. It is absolutely insane. He was on to an all-timer season. In the Champions League, he had 6 goal contributions in 5 games. The level Saka was showing before this hamstring injury was absolutely insane. He would have, I think, won us about 4 more games that we dropped points in. That's how good Saka was playing. If he maintained this level, we would have been way closer to Liverpool, challenging for a title. Forget the Havertz injury. Forget all the other injuries. Saka being fit would have been one of the best things to ever happen to us. And it's so unfortunate that he wasn't fit. But hey, we're having him back, and I just think the levels he can show now, it is going to be just absolutely brilliant. I just can't wait to see Bukayo Saka coming on. You know, when they announce him coming onto the pitch, number 7, Bukayo Saka, it would feel like Messi's coming on for us. And I know that's crazy to say, but Saka just breathes Arsenal. When you think of Arsenal, you think of Saka. when you think of Saka and Arsenal doing well, they're just so simultaneous. And I just can't wait to see the number 7 of Arsenal back into the thick of things. And yeah, but anyway, let us move on to another rising Haaland boy, a guy that's come through our academy, Miles Lewis-Skelly, unreal again against Latvia, 99% pass accuracy, 77 out of 78 passes completed against Latvia is absolutely insane. Most of the play was going through him. You know, the responsibility to have most of the football going through you at such a young age, being one of the newer players on the scene. Everyone wanted to give him the ball. Responsibility was given to him. And that is outrageous. It really, really is. He's shown that he can be the starting left back. And for me, this international break opened my eyes to the sort of player we've got. He is not just a Premier League great in the making. He's an England great. You see the way people talk about him. It's unreal within the scene. You know, the levels he's shown, he's gained a lot of respect for the way he's played in this international break from not just pundits, but rival fans as well. And I just wanted to play this clip of DJ Spence talking about Miles Lewis-Skelly's celebration. I know it's been long gone, and I've just thought, you know, I talked about Spence talking about Martinelli, and it just shows the downfall. But let's see him talking about another Arsenal player, and here's a view on things, because he's a younger player, younger generation. Let's see how he viewed the whole celebration thing.
And that's why you've got the likes of, for example, Lewis-Skelly. He's celebrating and he's doing the Zen celebration.
Bad. Yeah, I love that, yeah.
Did you, obviously in the media, it was like, oh, you know, why is he doing that? He needs to know where he is. He needs to know his place. What did you think when you saw that?
No, I loved it, man. I was like, yeah, he's a bad boy for that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Haaland said to him, you scored, and let him know who he was, you know. Like,
exactly what I thought. Same.
Yeah. Why not do that? I mean, you know, I heard comments of, you know, he's a young kid and he hasn't won anything or do it, but
yeah, Gary Neville said it's disrespectful. Like, like, what are you talking about?
But why? Why is it disrespectful? It's just part of the game. Like, when did the game...
And he didn't do it first.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And you know what? I'll say one thing. Jed Spence, out of all the Tottenham guys, I do not like Tottenham. I think he's a top player. I really, really do. And I am always confused why it took him so long to properly break through. And of course, when you see younger players as well himself, having the ability to speak up on this sort of thing and offer support even for a rival player, even though it can be difficult, it is just fantastic. And it shows, you know, footballers, they don't want to be robotic. They want to show a bit of personality. And I to be honest, this international break has been really boring, but I just dabbled into this interview of Jed Spence and I saw a top guy, top player. And yeah, he backs himself against any winger in the world. And that's the confidence you need from a player. You know, if I want to sign a player, I want to know you're confident and back your own ability. And that's what Spence did. And I want to reiterate, I'm not attacking him for what he said to Martinelli. I'm not salty by it because it's true, he's locked Martinelli up. It's just the fact that Martinelli, you know, we're able to talk about him in a way where, you know, it's like, wow, what happened to him? He was so good. He was really, really so good. But to end it off, I just want to give you guys my lineup for the end of the season. And I thought about balance. I think the White, Ødegaard, Saka defensive sort of makeup has to come back, and attacking sort of makeup as well. The way those guys work together is just absolutely fantastic. Saliba, Gabriel, pretty self-explanatory. Raya, I think Timber at left back is the move. I really do think it's the move. The threat that Real Madrid will have. I know Vinny up against White 1v1, but I think I would sacrifice a bit of that due to the fact that Ødegaard, Saka and White triangle can have more damage. I really, really do. You think, where's Thomas Partey? I think Lewis-Skelly would offer that help defensively to Timber in the pockets that Real Madrid like to play in. I think it's going to be an athletic game. Thomas Partey hasn't got legs for that. For me, I feel like that's the sort of... I just want to see Lewis-Skelly in midfield. I don't even care if it's against Real Madrid. I just need to see one game of Lewis-Skelly in midfield because I think he has the facilities to perform to such a high level there. I want to see centre forward Trossard with Martinelli. I think those two had a great synergy when we were going for the title that season. And the first season Trossard came in, those two were linking and interchanging so well. And of course, Saka, Ødegaard, the triangle I talked about. I think this team needs to be played till the end of the season. It has the ability, the quality, the defensive makeup. Thomas Partey can come in, Marino can come in. But yeah, I think this is a really, really top team, and I want to see it played at least twice till the end of the season. But anyway, goodness, that's it for now. Let me know your thoughts on anything discussed in this video. And until next time, peace.